Hey guys, I'm so sorry. My recording cut off. I'm gonna start over where I was again. So, where were the cats? I looked back to make sure they weren't sneaking up on me, but nothing moved in the weeds. It was like everything held its breath and waited to see what happened next. Finally, I heard a faint meow. I got down on my hands and knees and crawled through the weeds and bushes, pushing past brambles with sharp thorns, searching under every branch for the little cat. At last I found her crouched by the house, her back pressed against the wall. I stretched my hand toward her. "Kitty, kitty," I whispered in the whispering version. "Kitty, kitty." She looked at me but didn't move. When I crawled closer, I saw why. Almost hidden by tangled vines and bushes, the other cats huddled in a semicircle around the small cat. Their heads swung toward me, and they growled, as if daring me to come nearer. "Shoo," I whispered. "Go away. Scat." They lashed their tails, but otherwise they didn't move. The little black cat didn't move either. She watched the others as if she was just as scared of them as I was. "I'm not afraid of you," I lied to the cats. With a quick move, I scooped up the small cat and got to my feet. "We're leaving now," I told the others. "Okay?" It wasn't okay. They crept toward me slowly, their bellies pressed to the ground as though they were stalking a mouse. Their eyes gleamed, their tails whipped back and forth. Holding the small cat, I backed away. "Scat," I whispered. "Scat," as if to help the cat in my arms, hissed at them. They continued to move toward me, and I continued to edge away, afraid to turn my back on them. I'd never been afraid of cats or even dogs, but even these weren't like any cats I'd ever met. There were so many of them, and they all looked like they wanted to kill me. I tripped on something and fell flat on my back with the cat still clasped in my arms. The others snarled and ran forward. But before they reached me, a low voice called, "That's enough, my dears. Leave them to me." Without letting go of the small cat, I staggered to my feet, half hidden in the shadows. A thin woman strode down the porch steps. Her face was pale and sharp-featured, her mouth thin-lipped, her eyes darkened with makeup. She wore a dark red dress, and a black and white scarf fluttered around her neck. A long-haired white cat followed her. It was Mr. P herself, just as my aunt had described her, but much scarier. "What do you think you're doing?" Her voice was slightly accented and harsh. Put that cat down at once. She belongs to me." The small cat's sharp claws bit through my shirt and into my skin. She laid her ears back and hissed as if daring Miss Dupree to take her from me. "She was in my yard," I said, "and one of your cats chased her into the woods. I rescued her, and I'm taking her home with me." I was scared, but I was not giving this poor shivering cat to that woman. "You have no right to be on my property or to help yourself to one of my cats." She directed my attention to the sign on her door. "Is it presumptuous to assume you know how to read?" "I'm not leaving without this cat. I've never spoken to an adult so rudely," but I was more angry than scared now. "Well, Zoe, perhaps I should tell your aunt how defiant you've been. She'll be shocked to hear you try to steal my cat." I stared at her. "How do you know my name?" "Oh, I know all about you, Zoe." She came toward me, stopping when she was less than a foot away. This close, her eyes were a strange shade of pale green flecked with yellow. In the sunlight, her pupils were tiny black dots. I stepped back, frightened of her eyes and the way they peered into mine, as if she could read every thought I'd ever had. I held the hissing cat tightly, but my legs trembled. It seemed the cat was bigger than I was. As I stepped backward, Mr. Priest stepped toward like we were doing a strange dance. 13 is mine. She belongs here with her sisters. I have no patience with bratty children who trespass on my property and torment my cats. She made a sudden move and yanked the cat she called 13 from my arms. The cat struggled, scratched, and bit, but she couldn't break the woman's grip on her. Shaking the angry cat, Mr. Priest said, "Be still, 13. Do not fight me. You are mine, not hers." "Give her back," I cried. "Give her back." I reached for the cat, but the others wove themselves into a tight circle around me. One bit my ankle. Another scratched my leg, drawing blood. "Please," I begged. "You have so many cats. Why can't you let me have her?" The cat snarled louder. They pressed against me so tightly I couldn't move. One bit my ankle again, harder this time, and I cried out in pain. "Let her go, my dear girls." Mr. Priest made a strange, fluttering gesture with her hand, and the cats immediately broke their circle and ran to her side. She turned to me. "Leave my property now and never come here again." She stepped closer as if she was about to tell me a secret. 13 is mine, Zoe. Nothing you do can change that. Mr. Priest carried the struggling cat into her house. The white cat followed closely at her heels. The black ones flowed behind them. The door shut with a bang that shook the flimsy porch. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I will finish up Chapter 3 tomorrow and maybe more. We'll see. Thanks for watching, everyone, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends. Thanks so much for watching again. Bye.